right, folks, John Rush here today to do a review of the 2019 Outlander PHEV. So this is a plug-in hybrid, works really well. Let's get into the review. All right, folks, again, 2019 Outlander. This is the PHV edition. As you can see, they've done some refacing, I should say, of the front end of the Outlander. Doesn't look a lot different total body-wise, but they have given it a different front end. I actually think it looks a little bit better. As we take a walk around, nice smooth lines. And again, this is a plug-in hybrid, so it's got an engine that actually charges the battery as needed, or it gives additional power if the battery is out. I'll talk about that here in just 1 minute. But as we take a walk around, let me open up the back. It's got nice room in the hatch, automatic hatch, by the way. And there's ample room in the back. It's actually got a lot of storage in the back. We've had Grand Cherokees in the past we've owned. This has as much room as a Grand Cherokee. It's very well laid out. The seats will fold down. You can see the big subwoofer here. It's got a great sound system. That part works well. There's a AC outlet back here if you want to plug something in, laptop, what have you. Again, car is really set up very well. Something they added for 2019 is USB ports in the second seat as well. And I think as far as lighting goes, let's see if we can do it this way. Show you the back seat and the front seat. So the PHV, just by the way, or PHEV, I should say, is, again, it's a plug-in hybrid. So on this side, and Cassie, if you would show them, on this side, this is the gas cap. On the other side, you have another cap that's actually where the plug-ins are. And it's got a plug-in for a regular slow charge overnight or for a fast charge. It's got both different ports. Layout of all of the dash and everything on it, very well, just like an Outlander. That part's pretty much the same, other than the gear shift is different because of the PHEV. Now, let me tell you what the pros and cons are when it comes to the PHEV. For me personally, one of the pros is 10-year warranty, 100,000 miles. It's got dual motors front, dual motors rear. That's what it operates off of because it's actually an all-wheel drive. And by the way, it does work very well in the snow. Downside for me, I live about 45 minutes away from where I actually work on a daily basis, where I do my radio show and that stuff at. And for me, this only gives me about half of the way here for battery. I'm using fuel the rest of the day to do whatever else I'm doing, running around and so on. The downside to that is the gasoline capacity, the fuel capacity is not that great. I find myself filling this vehicle up about every third day if I do any kind of driving, and that's with full battery charge. Now, I drive a lot, so what I'm getting at is this is probably not the best vehicle for somebody like me because I drive a lot more miles. If you're somebody that pretty much sticks around town, you're doing 15 miles at a time, something along those lines, you could use all battery, no problem, wouldn't have any issues. Or if you have a charging station where you work, that part would be nice as well. I don't have that here. So for me, this vehicle actually becomes a little bit more cumbersome because of the PHEV. Doesn't really help me out much. Now, it's me, it's the way I drive, the commute I have, and so on. Others may find that a little different. So it's one of those things you have to evaluate it, look at it. But as far as how the vehicle works, its power, its pickup, the way it functions, it handles, it's smoother. They've redone the suspension on this car, things along those lines. It's a very well put together vehicle, and I like driving it. You just have to determine where the pros and cons work for you. Check it out at your local Mitsubishi dealer. When you do, tell them John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you.